Today I am kindly joined by Michael McKnight, Partnership Manager at ACPE, to talk about the broad range of industry partnerships they have and currently engage with. Michael, thank you for joining me. I guess given the current environment, I'll start with a question that everyone in the sector are probably looking at and dealing with, and that is, how has the year been for ACPE so far, and how has COVID-19 impacted its daily operations?
Yeah, thanks, Tamara. Awesome to be here with you, and I'm glad to hear you're keeping well through these challenging times. So I'm sure, like many other universities and colleges have been affected by COVID-19. For ACPE, we enjoyed a pretty positive start to the year, which was great. So we had a really positive O week with our new students at the start of March. And we actually enjoyed a 50% increase in new student numbers, which was really positive. So we started the year off really well, first couple of weeks of semester. But then obviously, like other universities and colleges, we had to adapt our services and programs to ensure the students remain connected and their kind of learning experiences wasn't impacted too much from this COVID-19 pandemic. So we, as a business, I guess we've coped okay because we don't actually have a large international student population on campus. So we simply took a week off. We cancelled all classes for a week. That gave us the opportunity to make all our classes remote. So we moved to a remote learning experience model, which was pretty positive. So, there was many meetings had with the management team in the lead up to that. But I think the overarching message was, let's look at the positives to this and let's see how we can create some positive programs for the future for the students. So far it's been a learning experience, but the students have been very cooperative with us and the feedback has been pretty positive for us. So I guess we're lucky in a way because we are a smaller college. We've got about 700 students on campus, so we do have a good connection with all of them and we know them all quite well. And we were pretty transparent with our processes. But it's been a very interesting start to the year, Tamara.
Yeah, that's understandable and no doubt the case for all universities and colleges at the moment. So let's get onto the industry partnerships topic. So in recent years, ACPE has developed a strong connection to a wide range of industry organisations. What were the motives and strategies behind that specific approach?
Well, I guess just to track back, obviously, to the previous question, just quickly, I just wanted to let all the universities know I hope they're all coping well through this, and the sports staff, obviously, thinking of you all. So hopefully we'll get through this and we'll get together and enjoy some good times in the near future. But back to that question, Tamara, I think being a sports college out at Sydney Olympic Park, which is widely known as the hub of sport for New South Wales, we wanted to kind of take advantage of that more effectively to improve our student experience. So it was a bit of a no-brainer for us to extend our kind of footprint and profile across the park. So what we kind of thought was, we're a sports college out in a sports park. Let's really drive this home and take advantage of it. So that raised the profile of the college across Sydney Olympic Park and tried to turn it into not just an education centre for our students, but a hub for sporting organisations to provide value back to our partners and the wider community members. So being a sports college, we've got a range of academics here that know the ins and outs of sport organisations, clubs, all the knowledge is in-house. So we found that we were really able to give back to the organisations through development opportunities as well. But it just kind of comes full circle with those partnerships then affecting our current students for internships as well. So that was the kind of angle we went for there, and we looked at our partnership strategy as a twofold strategy. So it was pretty clear there were two elements to this. The one being the student engagement, so how do these partnerships add value to our current students? And the second being, how do these partnerships create new students for ACPE and new business for the college? So being a sports college, obviously we're a niche provider working in the industry, so we're not looking for massive numbers of student inquiries. It's really the quality of the conversations and the leads we get. So that was the angle that we've gone for, and we've worked over the last 3 or 4 years to strengthen this, and now we're seeing some good progress, and we know some programs that are really working and some ideas for the future.
So would you suggest that you've achieved some good outcomes based on those two key approaches that you wanted to achieve some things in?
Yeah, definitely. So first and foremost for us, the student engagement side of the partnerships was most important to start with, because student experience is key. And one of the big, the points of coming to ACP, the ACP advantages, that there's a wide range of support services for our students, but it's the industry experience opportunities that these students get as soon as they set foot on campus, which is the big point of difference. So we just wanted to create a clear pathway for our students across each of our departments of sport business, sport performance, health science, dance, and education with those opportunities. Because obviously sport organisations and clubs, they need the resources. So we just went about it in a structured way where we could ensure our students are doing their work placements with partners that will create a more positive learning experience rather than their own little organisation down the road where their learning experience may not be quite as positive.
Okay, great. That's good that it's working.
Yeah, they seem to be happy, and there's always good news stories coming out. So, I mean, it's always the good thing about it is that you hear students getting jobs and making connections, which is the real winner.
Excellent. So I guess on that specific point around the students, what are some of the specific benefits that they get out of these partnerships?
In terms of the specific benefits, I'd say is simply exposure to these industry professionals, creating their own professional network from orientation week, is they have it all there for them, and we support them in creating their network and taking these opportunities, but it's up to the students to get out there and make the most of it, and they are always quite proactive in this regard, so they do make the most of these opportunities presented to them. But I think obviously with our partnerships, they're exposed, I guess, looking at it on a weekly basis, guest speakers coming in from our industry partners and presenting in class across our courses, which is important, hearing from the industry professionals. And then obviously the big one is the internships, the voluntary positions and the paid positions, which our students have access to, which is a real positive for us. So we changed our work integrated learning process to be framed around our partners. So if a student had to complete, let's say, 40 hours in an event and project management unit, instead of doing that with, like I said, with someone maybe that they'd had previously, we've encouraged them to do it with organisations like Water Polo Australia or GWS Giants, where they can really enjoy a high-level learning environment.
That's good that they've valued the opportunities and they're making the most of it, because I think it's they're really great. They're incredible opportunities for them. I guess given partnerships require a team of people to make sure you deliver on what's required, how does the ACP team collaborate to deliver these programs for your industry partners?
Yeah, so I guess we're lucky. So I think that's my notifications going off. We're lucky because a lot of our academics are industry professionals and have their own network as well. So in terms of the internships side of things and helping the students there, so myself and our career development services look after this program, and we ensure that those opportunities are presented to the students in a nice way that's easy for them to access. But the important thing that the careers team work off is that there's value each way. So the partner is having a positive experience from our students going out there, because our students are, at the end of the day, our ambassadors out there in the industry. So the careers team work very, very hard, and they do a great job in placing our students with these partners and placing them in the correct organisations for them. With the side of running our programs to maybe create new students for the college for our partners, we're lucky. We've got about 50 full-time staff on campus, probably 35 as academics, plus the casuals, and we have a great relationship across the board, across departments. So when we're running programs like for Hockey New South Wales, a pathway program for junior athletes, our academics come on board with me and deliver strength and conditioning workshops, nutrition workshops as well. So we're kind of all working towards the end goal of obviously making ACPE a better place and raising our profile in the country. So it is a team effort, and again, we're pretty lucky to have everyone on board working towards the bigger picture stuff here, which is nice.
Okay, you obviously mentioned Hockey New South Wales as one example there. What other organisations are you partnering with, and what programs have you delivered with them in the past or upcoming?
Yeah, I think the hockey is probably a good example, because we met with hockey and we had a discussion around obviously how can we help with our resources, the academics and the facilities that we have for your junior athletes who are passionate about sport. So we designed some pathway programs and development opportunities for their athletes, and that worked really well for them. And again, it's increasing exposure that those athletes have to ACPE, which is good for us. So we're working with a couple of sports in that regard. And then the other thing we are looking at doing with sports is to provide professional development opportunities. So that can be short courses around coach education, nutrition, sports psychology. So there's a bunch of programs we're looking at running with them. Sydney Thunder was a great partnership that we had there. So over the summer in the BBL, they were based on campus. So they used our facilities as their player HQ, which was pretty cool. So the students and staff got to rub shoulders with some of the top cricketers in the world, which is nice. And from that, we had student interns working with them in different areas on campus, and obviously that helped them in their experience as well. So that was a nice little partnership there. They've since moved to Sydney Olympic Park now, so they've got their own facilities. But another probably great partnership that we have is with Sport New South Wales. So they're based right next door, and we've had a great relationship with them for some time now. So I'm just going to mute that. It's pretty annoying. Sorry about that.
You're popular.
No, I don't know why. All right, that should be doing it. Yeah, so with Sport New South Wales for some time now. And last year we delivered a female fast track coaching course, which was really great. So we had a 6-week course for female coaches across all levels to come on campus and hear from ACPE academics and industry professionals. So that was a really positive course that we did, and we're looking at delivering a few of those with Sport New South Wales this year as well. And that's the exciting thing, I think, working with like-minded people in the industry, is that we're all working towards the same thing here, and the collaboration is key, because there's so many benefits that people can enjoy when we have discussions and see how we can help each other.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And on that point, you mentioned some in your overview there, but can you share some examples of real success stories or specific things that came out of the programs that have been delivered, both from a student point of view and for the partner?
Yeah, definitely. I think for the partners that we have, obviously, again, probably going back to hockey, we had about 110 athletes from Hockey New South Wales, their athlete acceleration program on campus, which was fantastic. So we provided them with a full day of development opportunities based around nutrition. We did their strength and speed testing in our sports hall as well, and some strength and conditioning programs. So for us, that's a quality program we deliver there, because it's helping our partner and providing them with resources and knowledge that they weren't that they did not have before, and then B, it's helping us because that's exposed ACPE to 110 kids that are passionate about sport. So one thing that we've really looked at is there's a lot of kids out there that are passionate about sport, but there's a lack of clarity around how you turn that passion for sport into a career. So we're doing a lot of work and trying to provide some clarity around that and the career opportunities in sport as well. So with the Sport New South Wales programs as well, they've been really positive. So since hosting the conferences on campus, that has opened up doors for multiple sports running their conferences and workshops and development days on campus as well, which in turn raises the profile of the college and opens up more internship opportunities for our students. So it is a kind of a full circle approach, but it's positive. But it's the first time we've really focused on trying to create new students from our partners. So that's an exciting part of it, but it's not pushed out, too much. It just in time will happen with what we're doing and raising our profile in the industry, I think. But the most important thing with our partners is that there is the value each way, and that they're working for both sides.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's great, and it's a real value add to the students, and in attracting them to where they want to do their studies. If they can see that they've got some really unique opportunities that ACPE can provide, it's really great opportunity for them.
Yeah, and I think some of the students think that they're doing a sports business degree, or they're gonna, once they finish their degree, they're gonna get straight into a position with the Giants or Thunder. But we need to explain to them that they need to work their way up through the levels of sport, get the experience in the communities as well. So there's so many opportunities out there for them, and it's exciting, really exciting to see students take these opportunities and make the most of them. So me and the team, what we love most is hearing students get jobs, full-time jobs, once they've finished from our partners. So they're the stories we love to hear.
Yeah, exactly. To be able to finish your degree with some really quality experience goes a long way to starting their careers. So it's really good. I guess just a question to reflect on the current environment. Obviously, the sports sector has been hit hard due to the current situation. How is the ACP looking to support the broader sector during this time?
Yeah, obviously it's a very, very difficult time for the wider industry. It's probably an understatement, but we share that same passion that these sports do. So we want to play our part in supporting these organisations, because I think if you are in a position to help, it's important that you do help if you can. So we've had a conversation with Sport New South Wales last week, and we are identifying a series of webinar topics, short courses that we're going to roll out to the industry for free. These will touch on key points across sports around the coach education, the nutrition, mental health as well. So Sport New South Wales are talking to their members and understanding what the needs are, and then we're going to look to include our academics and roll out probably a 10 webinars to the industry. So we just want to provide that development opportunity for people when they need it. We know some of them have a bit of time on their hands at the moment, so upskilling is important. So if we can use our knowledge and resources that we have to help, we will. So we're working with Sport New South Wales at the moment on that, so hoping to get that out over the next couple of weeks, which is good. And then when the world comes back to a state of normality, I think we'd like to work on how we can work with our students to assist in the rebuild and the redevelopment of the sector. So we know more than ever the partners and organisations will be needing extra resources and interns. So we want to really provide some quality students to help these organisations rebuild. So we are looking at other ways we can help, but at the moment the short course webinar is the main program we've got up and running.
It's probably a good example of an opportunity to continue to deliver a partnership despite the current environment as well.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how all of your partnerships have been impacted in terms of what you are able to deliver on, but a good example that you can find some unique ways to still deliver quality value within that partnership despite not having access to everything of what you normally would.
Yeah, and I think, these times, like we said earlier, give you an opportunity to look at things in a different way or come up with new programs and adapt our services. So that's for both ACPE and our partners. So we've been looking at ways we can still interact and help. So obviously all online is the way at the moment. So we're looking at things we can do. So I'm very much open to ideas as well if anyone has any that they'd like to share and collaborate with.
Definitely. Well, you talked about setting yourself up for once we do eventually get past this and how we're best placed to support the industry getting back on its feet.
Yeah.
Do you have any other objectives for 2020 despite being impacted by the current situation, and how do you see that ACPE's partnerships can create even further value?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think obviously our objectives have changed somewhat since the start of the year with everything that's going on. So we've got to be relatively agile. But I think the biggest one is for ACPE is helping the sector redevelop and putting our students out there in the right way through internship opportunities and helping the sector. Would really like to further our development opportunities to the pathway athletes across New South Wales. So a range of sports, ashore of the resources in those professional development spaces. So we want to help a few sports that we're working with to really tighten up those programs and some of the courses and accreditation levels that they're currently running. So that's what we'd like to do. But I think for us, we need to take it, week by week, month by month. But I'd like to, by the end of the year, look back and see that ACPE's kind of positioned itself further as a key provider in New South Wales for both education and sport, and been able to, help the sector through this time, I think. But, we'll see how the rest of the year plays out and if the students are back on campus next semester. And I think things will look differently as they will for everyone, but we just need to do what we can, I think, at this time.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And a lot of moving things at the moment, but setting yourself up as best as possible for when things do return to normal is the challenge for everyone at the moment.
I think our students are looking forward to nationals down the track.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the great thing that's come out of all of this is that there is a strong appetite for sport, and once we do get past that, I think that's going to be the really great benefit to bring sport back on campus and get students engaged as much as possible.
Spot on, and there'll be so many learning experiences for students through this. I mean, they're watching the news and hearing major sports like NRL, AFL cutting their staff, doing things that have just been unprecedented. So that itself is a learning experience for the students. So they'll be looking at why that's happening, the business of sport as well. So, take these opportunities to learn. I think the students are doing that. But yeah, it'll be good to have everyone back on campus and not having to work from home.
Yep, I think we'll all be enjoying getting back to normality once we do get to that point. That's all the questions I had for you today. So thank you for your time. I think that's been really valuable insight into not only the partnership program that you have and the benefits and successes out of that, but in terms of how it applies to the current environment and what you've been working on. So thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the coming months and what it looks like.
Yeah, thanks, Samara. No problem at all. And I wish everyone and Unisport all the best through this time as well, and hope to see you all soon.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Tamara. I'll chat to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.